I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, I got some good news this morning, so that's always a nice way to start the day. Business is up and running, so I'm thankful that we're open and my kids are healthy. My family is all healthy. Can't ask for much more.
Pretty good. I feel like we're getting there of getting used to this whole thing. There are days that are still a big struggle. It does feel like it's starting to pile on myself as well as everyone else. There are days that I'm struggling, and there are days that I'm grateful for the time that we have. But like I said, there are some days that it's overwhelming.
The hospitals are calming down a little bit, so that's made my job a lot easier, a little less stressful. Overall, really good.
I feel good today. Like, I recently got my second vaccine, so I was able to go out for my birthday and spend time with my family, and I feel like it's a little bit closer to normal than usual, so I feel okay.
All that's gone on, I'm doing really well. I guess the easiest thing for me to say in this is that COVID didn't take me by surprise. The experience did, or the fallout of it, but difficult times are something I deal with people all the time as a pastor. And this was just another one of those situations that we had to work through.
I definitely hope, again, optimism. I see change, which is really helpful, so hope. And I don't know, I'm just looking forward to the future.
It's been an emotional roller coaster.
Kind of crazy and unexpected. I didn't think everything would shut down super fast. I thought they would keep some places open, like with 6 feet, but it all just shut down at once.
So if you had asked me a year ago at this very moment about running, I would have laughed in your face. Like, I was even a part of track, but I was just like there for the social aspect. And I was like, everyone seems to be doing it. It's something I can actually do. Let's start. And it was a goal that I could actually control too, which was really important for me. I needed something that I could control. So I started running, and I really, really enjoy it. And I actually do it, and I actually consider myself a runner, and I'm thinking about doing the Crim and 10 miles and things like that. And I would have never, ever, ever in a million years set foot on the pavement. That was just not how I like to exercise. It was not something I like to do. But that half an hour in the sun to myself was exactly what I needed.
My family, that's my me time. When I'm with my husband and my kids and my parents, that's my me time. My kids and I have done so much crafting over the summer. We've been, looking for sea glass, which we never got to do before. So kayaking and sometimes just being out in the fresh air, that's my me time. As long as I'm with the people that I love, and that's what makes me kind of unwind.
Some things that I've been doing are like guided meditations on my phone. So, like if you use the Calm app, as an agency, we use something called My Strength, and it's just even taking 5 minutes to do a breathing exercise or something like that can super help. Also, taking little naps. That's been something that I'm super pro nap. So turning off your phone after work, turning off your laptop after work, really just genuinely taking, whether it's 5 minutes or 30 minutes, to have your alone time.
Way back when I first got out of college, I was right into EMS, firefighting, law enforcement. I've done a wide variety of different jobs, and believe it or not, ever since it started, you've always had to self-care. I like to watch TV. I like to go outside, mow lawn, and we have a cabin up north, and it's pretty secluded, so that's all good. Go out there and just watch the sunset and have a campfire.
I did start exercising for a bit, and then I started playing and talking to people more. And then I would just take baths, read a lot of books, watch a lot of movies, and play games with my family.
I really enjoy journaling, so I know that's not for everybody, and I know it sounds like Dear Diary, but that's not really how I work it. It's more of just a space to like get it all out, and whether it's a paragraph or it's just a bullet list or a brain dump of words, that's really been an outlet for me personally. But I think the biggest thing that my family, that we try and do, is just to get outside and see the sun and breathe fresh air.
I usually play with my brother and sister outside, or I'll walk in our little patch of woods we have. We'll go frog hunting sometimes when it rains. Yeah, we have a couple big fields where we live, and you're able to kind of get out and see the woods and stuff and have all this oxygen coming in without breathing in the mask.
What I do myself is I find something that brings me joy, whether it's reading, whether it's decluttering my house or something that brings me satisfaction. I try to do that. I have learned over the last 6-8 months to declutter not only just my home, but social media, friends, family that needs to be removed because it no longer brings me joy or happiness in my life. So that's what I do for myself, and I try to help my family do the same thing. My work family, I really try to help them too, and they help me as well, because behind the scenes, we're struggling too. It's just we've all kind of latched on to what's that one thing that's going to bring us joy? What's that one thing that's going to bring us out of this? Because it's okay to feel this way. It's just the end result of how we're going to get through this together.
How do you face the chaos of things like a pandemic and be able to still wake up each day with hope and peace?
This is going to be a little selfish, but every once in a while, I wish people would ask me, how are you doing? How are you personally holding up?
I guess there's days that I wish that someone would ask, are you doing okay? Can I help? It's nice to know that people are thinking about you.
Are you genuinely happy? Because I am a very bubbly person. Like I said, I like when people are happy around me, and sometimes I just smile to smile, and I know that I need to, or else people are gonna ask what's wrong. But sometimes eyes are windows to the soul, and they can just see it through me, see right through me. And they always just ask, are you okay? But sometimes I want them to ask, are you genuinely happy?
I wish that I would have asked myself if I was okay.
I wish people would ask me if I'm okay, because there's days I'm not. I see death. I see abuse. I see families suffering. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cry, but it goes back to it's okay to not be okay. Again, I want somebody to recognize that I'm human. I hurt just like everybody else. I'm strong, but not always. And I want people to understand that it doesn't cost anything to be nice.
We all deal with stuff really, and it's like you're lying if you say you're not and haven't. So better to find help and get it done and over with, because why suffer longer? I can suffer for a little bit, for a long time, or just a little bit more, but get it done and over with. It might be tough, but get it done and over with, move on. Better stuff to do.
My youngest son is 2, and he was a twin. So halfway through the pregnancy, we found out that we lost our daughter. And that obviously was devastating. I think a lot of how I deal with life now is a direct result of how I lived through that. So I think immediately when that happened, people want to comfort and people want to say things that they think will make you feel better, or optimistic, things, whatever, just they don't want to see you in pain, so they're saying things to try and make you not have the pain. But the pain is there and it's real and it hurts, and that's okay. I think we have to allow ourselves to feel it. And we can't just wash that away with a simple phrase. Because, a lot of people wanted to tell me, and it's all out of good intention, but they wanted to tell me, like, at least you have one healthy baby, or at least, one living baby or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm obviously glad that I have one baby that's alive, but I also have a baby that's not. So I think being able to know that, like, we can deal with grief and pain and hurt and heartache while also dealing with joy and happiness and fun. We can do both. Like, we have the capacity to hold both of those things just as intensely. And our culture doesn't necessarily want us to be able to do that, or it has a hard time accepting that. But that's human. That's reality, is that we feel all the things, and sometimes it's really sucky. Sometimes it really hurts. But like we can't separate, like we can't keep that all inside. That's just gonna manifest in other ways. It's just gonna come out where it shouldn't, or hurt for longer, I guess. So.
Ultimately, the majority of my calls come in when it's somebody's worst time, and they're not okay when they call. And yes, it is okay. You're dealing with something. You are reaching out for help. Hopefully you have a little bit of a tool bag or a toolbox to know what you can utilize to make it work, and reach out to your close family circle, your best friends, your coworkers.
It is definitely okay to not be okay. After, like, the past couple years, or actually before freshman year, I've always told myself I have to be okay and I have to be strong in front of every single person I know, or else they're gonna be upset and I can't deal with that. I need them to be happy. And then freshman year came and our friend committed suicide, and we were just all like baffled by how abrupt this was, and we didn't know. And then now everybody's like, okay, we made this pact that we have to tell each other something, so we have to tell somebody that something is wrong, or else nothing will get right. And it's like, if you don't tell anybody that you're not okay, then you're not going to be okay. And you can't put all that burden on you. You have to share it with one person, your mom, your dad, your friends, family, dog. You tell somebody, and it makes it feel a lot better, even if they can't do anything about it. It's so okay to not be okay.
Just because you feel different, and just because you might react to things a different way or not react to things at all, doesn't mean that you're broken. It doesn't mean that you're wrong in feeling that way. It's okay to be driving and think of something horrible, like, oh, what if I got into an accident? I think they call them intrusive thoughts. It's okay. You just have to know how to push through it or get help with it. I used to push through it a lot. Now I seek, talk to doctors, talk to therapists, talk to friends even, venting. I have my coworkers vent to me all the time, and vice versa. So you shouldn't be expected to be happy all the time, because no one's happy all the time. Even if you think they are, they really aren't. There's something going on underneath.
So a lot of people, sometimes they don't believe their feelings, especially when we've been conditioned to think, well, I have to stay positive all the time. And when we're conditioned to think that way, then we don't process our feelings. So if someone else comes in and says like, hey, that's okay, that's a valid feeling to have right now, it really helps you realize I'm not wrong for feeling sad. It's a real feeling and it's okay to have it.
Reach out to anyone. Priest, teacher, friend, somebody on the street. I asked somebody the other day, they were just sitting on the curb. I don't know what he was doing. Just stopped. I said, are you okay? He says, yeah, you okay? And I was like, yeah, man, good. And then just drove on, you know. What if he would have said no? That's what I think of. So just ask somebody. If you even see somebody looking desperate or in need or crying, just ask them, help them, reach out. Yeah, definitely, to anybody.
I just want to keep on pushing this topic on here, that even if you are very upset, depressed, anxious, just not feeling good mentally, just to ask somebody, talk to somebody, because it's very important to get it out there. And if you think you don't deserve help or you don't need help, if you're thinking those things, then you probably need help, need to talk to somebody about it. Even if it doesn't lead to something more serious, it'll be so much nicer to talk to somebody than to just keep it all inside, in your chest. Because when I do it, I feel so suffocated with my own emotions. And then it just all floods out at once in front of one person. And it could be the person you don't want to talk to about it. And so if you get it out right away, it'll be way easier than just keeping it suppressed and possibly leading it to something way more major in your life.
It's just everybody struggles with stuff, and don't be ashamed to speak out about it, because if you do, someone you know might as well too. After I lost my friends, I decided I got Safe Talk certified for suicide prevention. I want to just help others, so just reach out. There's always someone who cares and is willing to help.
Isolation is the breeding ground for depression. And we think that it's okay to be away from people, that we can manage it. You can't manage it. When depression comes at you, it is dark, and it comes at you in a way that almost gives you permission to stay isolated, that you're the only person experiencing this, and that nobody cares, or that there is no answer to it, and it spirals down fast. And I would encourage any listener, if they feel that darkness nipping at them, that they need to get it out in the open.
I want them to know that we're there for them. I want them to know that they can come into the ER and talk to somebody, but the people that come in, I let them know, you call here, and if you need to talk to me, they will get a hold of me and I will talk. Sometimes people just need a voice, a set of ears. I want people to know that it's okay.
A million people have said this a million times, but it's okay to not do 100% constantly every single day during this. It's really easy to fall into this kind of trap of, I'm not getting as much work done as I typically do, or I'm not doing things the exact same way that I do in the office. And it's okay to not do it the same way. It's okay to not be 100% every single day, because people are dying, people are losing their jobs, people have no money. Like, it's something that's affecting your mental health, not just your work. So, and I know that this was like a prompt earlier, but it is okay to not be okay. Like, it's just something to deal with and adapt to, but to let some of that pressure off of yourself.
I would want to let people know, when you're struggling, to think about what you would say to a friend who is struggling. You would show them kindness and compassion. You wouldn't tell them to just bury their feelings under a rug. There's no way to process that. Be kind, be patient with yourself, allow yourself to feel the feelings, because everything that we're feeling right now, all of the overwhelm and stress, we're all dealing with a completely new situation. And so those are valid feelings, and we're not going to be able to move past them unless we validate them and process them. So it's important to keep giving yourself all the kindness and compassion that you would give to someone else.